I wasn't on my way. My way. Wish I wasn't on my way.
What is going on, everyone? It is your boy Alpha Gaming here, back with yet another video, guys. And today I wanted to do another Wizard101 video on my level 100 myth stats. Now I have finally finished getting all of my gear and everything on my myth. And I'm pretty excited to be showing y'all my stats today. Also had a major pet upgrade that I'll be showing you, so I'm fairly excited to be doing this video today. But before the video starts, I would love if you were to like, share, and subscribe. Also hit the notification bell if you enjoy the video and want to be notified when I come out with new videos. But without further ado, guys, let's get straight into it. But before the video starts, I would like to go and say spoiler. For all this hype with my level 100 Wizard, there's a lot of debate going on about what gear is better, the Gauntlet gear or the Darkmoor gear. So next video, I'm going to be doing a hat and robe comparison for every single school, and we're going to compare, and I'll give y'all my opinion and on which one is better. And yeah, that's about it, guys. That's just a little spoiler for next video. But without further ado, let's get straight into it, guys. So I'm gonna start out by showing you my gear, and I'll just show you my stats, and we'll end the video. So to start out, for the hat, I am wearing the Candavasi Victor's hood. You can wear the Gauntlet hat, but in my opinion, the Candavasi hat has a slight edge. Right now, I'll go ahead and pop up the Crocopatra hat, and I'll give you a second to compare these two hats. So, in my opinion, the Candavasi hood wins. Now, you can pause the video here and compare if you want, but yeah, anyways, I use Candavasi hood. Has pretty good health, power pip, pierce, resistant. What am I saying? It has pretty good resist, good pierce, has power pip, and overall, I just really do like this hat. So I'm going with Candavasi hood. Yet again, going with the Candavasi robe. Same goes for the robe. In my opinion, it is better than the Crocopatra robe, the Bone Smasher robe for this level. Yet again, I'll go ahead and do a comparison side by side. But this is the Candavasi Victor's gear compared to the other one. Now, Candavasi Victor's gear, in my opinion, has the edge. You can think whatever you want about it, but that is personally what I am wearing on my level 100 Myth Wizard. So moving on to the boots, you can wear the Candavasi boots, but I don't like block boots. I go with critical boots on like all my wizards. I'm mostly offensive. I'm not super defensive. So, yeah, I'm going with the Cyrus boots. You can wear Ultra boots or something, but, in my opinion, Cyrus boots, are pretty good, and I already had them. Good health, give some power pip, some good resist, some accuracy, and then they give good critical instead of block. Then they give more damage, and 4 myth resist, not saying you're ever going to need it, but that is something to note. And you also get a shadow pip bonus. Don't really know if I'd be too fond of wearing these if you didn't get the shadow pip. But anyways, moving on. Next piece of gear, we're going into the wand. I use the Eye of Soothsayer. Now, you can wear the Malistaire wand, but the Malistaire wand just gives pierce, and in my opinion, that's not that good. And you can also wear the, the Headmaster's Dream Staff. You can compare those real quickly, but I go with Eye of Soothsayer because, you know, you get more crit, you get much more block, you get power pip, and you only lose 3 damage, and the May cast is kind of better in my opinion. And it's overall a super balanced wand, and it's super good for like elemental schools, spiritual schools. Like it is in general super balanced, good wand that I would wear on all my level 100 wizards. So I Soothsayer from the Terror's Horde pack if you're curious on where that comes from. The next piece of gear I just got, I've been farming a couple of days for this, but I finally got it. It's Dirk of Dimwood Veil, dropped by Yungwei Night Creeper. First boss in the graveyard. I got some pretty good sockets on it too. And right here you can compare the Morganth Amulet to it. But Dirk of Dimwood Veil gives some more health. You also get 2 more power pip, 2 more accuracy, 1 more block, but the one catch about it is you do lose a damage. And I would say the 21 outgoing is probably more helpful than 15 incoming. But My one thing is I still just go with Dirk of Dimwood Vale, and especially how I've done socketed everything. It just had that 2 accuracy and that power pip. In the future, I'm going to be needing that, because I'm going to be wearing stuff like the Cabal boots, like, Cabal boots, which give no power pip or anything, and I'm going to be really having a big drop in power pip, so I really do need that 2 power pip in the future. So I went ahead and socketed everything on here, 2 Pierce Jewels, an Accuracy Jewel, and the Health Jewel, and I've just been rolling with it. But moving on to the next thing, you can wear the, well, this is the bad kind of version of it, but I'm wearing the Morgante amulet. Now, for a second, I'll go and do a side-by-side comparison of the Myth Darkmoor thing dropped by Upper Hall's Shane Von Shane. That one's also pretty good, but this one does give block, and you do lose a little bit of crit, and I think you lose 1 resist, but you also, I think it's a pierce, but this one in general gives more health, and I think it has, yeah, I think the other one has 2 square sockets, and this one has a tear and a square. Might be mistaken, but my one big thing is, especially with questing, those Myth Blade cards are pretty helpful, and since I already have this, it would be clearly a pain to farm for the other one, so I'm just wearing the Relic of Shadow Palace. You can go ahead and have a quick second to compare those, and yeah, moving on. So, for the ring, I am wearing the Alpha and Omega ring. I am going to be changing this by the time that I get 120. Like, I'm going to end up changing it to this critical ring, as you can see, but that's level 120. Right now, I'd say that this is probably the best level 100 ring that you can possibly wear. Now, you can wear the Aphrodite ring. I think that one likes better, in my opinion. I can't exactly remember, but I'm too lazy to farm Aphrodite, because it is a pretty hard boss. I'm perfectly content with the Alpha and Omega ring for now. Also have a Pierce and a Health Jewel on it. You can take a second to look at the Alpha and Omega ring. It is pretty good, and it's dropped by the Secret Boss. Well, yeah, Secret Boss. Pretty much everyone knows about him, but Gladiator, Mount Olympus. So, yeah, pretty good. Anyways, this pet is actually my new pet that I've been working on. Of course, I have not showed y'all my Myth Wizard yet on Wizard101, so, y'all have not seen my old Myth pet, but this one is double crit, triple damage, and proof. I feel like proof's a pretty mandatory talent to have on all of your pets, and also, my one big thing with this pet is the Lord Humunga Frog, and it also gives a Myth Blade and a stun. It's a super helpful pet, and I just love this pet. The Lord Humunga Frog is so good for questing, and all the talents are great, and I am so happy I made this over double pet XP. And, okay, this was a fail, because, you know, I would be missing out 6 damage. So, because I could socket in another damage, but I would still, I can't go just double damage. But my old pet used to be, Prince Snuggles right here was, a Gulcher. As you can see, there's a pretty big difference. The other one gives no critical, so they both have Pain Giver. My new one doesn't have Defy, so I do lose 5 resist. Also lose a Fairy Maycast. But I gain, 2 critical talents, which in my opinion are better, especially with me being more offensive. The Fairy almost never comes into play, and my pet barely ever casted it, and my resist is still good. The 5 resist is kind of me overdoing it. I would much rather have the double crit, because my crit is pretty high for my level, so that is a humongous contribute to my critical. Goes up like 10% if I were to use that other pet. This one brings it up by a good 10%, I would say, so much better. Anyways, moving on, my next piece, I don't have the Myth Gulcher, I do have the Storm Gulcher on my Storm. By the way, I have made a video on that if you want to go check it out, my 125 Storm stats. But anyways, as I was saying, I don't have the, Gulcher on here, but I do have the Battle Narwhal, which still gives 2 damage. I'm fine with that. It's still really good, and I like the appearance of it whenever you're riding around on it. It's a pretty cute mount, and I, like it, so, yeah. That's really all I can say. It gives 40 speed too, pretty fast, pretty efficient, and I already had it, and I'm not gonna open excessive packs for the Myth Gulcher. So moving on. So this is by far, I would say, the best deck for level 100. Like whenever you get into later levels, you can get Cabal deck, Rasputin deck, Omen deck, and there's actually some competition between all those decks on and some debate on which one is best. But for level 100, definitely the craftable deck from this guy right here. I'm actually still in Darkmoor, well, outside of Castle Darkmoor, But this guy has all the recipes you'll be needing, like the Bound Spirit cards. It requires a deck of Bound Spirit, a Mode of Eternity, and Perfect Patriot. So then you're gonna have to find the deck of Bound Spirit. So deck of Bound Spirit. So then you have to craft this by catching 2 of these fish. Normally you have to catch the gargoyles, but you just have to have the emotes and the Perfect Patriot and the fish. You can craft this, and then that fills in the spot for the triangle deck one. And yet again, if you have the Eternity and the Perfect Patriot, then you can craft this deck. And I put in another accuracy because my power pip is still over 100%. So that would just be me overdoing it. So why not overdo accuracy, you know? The 2 shadow resist is pretty useless, but I do like how it gives a new pip at start, and some critical, some health, and it gives a mass amount of copies for myth. And yeah, that's what I'm using. It was a big upgrade because I used to be wearing the advanced myth deck. I did use level 50 elixir on this character. I've actually used them on a lot of my different wizards, but I'm still accomplished with the amount of times that I've leveled up my wizards. But anyways, it's time to go and look at the overall stats here. So to start out at 5,431 health, as it has been down here the entire time, but I don't really care if that's average or not. But anyways, I have 115 damage, which is pretty good. I'm okay with that. I don't know if this is normal or if this is not normal, but I have 115 damage, and then I have 46 resist and 48 to shadow, but that does not really count. And then yet again, it's pretty useless, but you know, 50 myth resist. That's why I said that having Defy on my new pet would be kind of useless, because I'm already pretty good on resist. I'd much rather the 10% critical. But moving on, accuracy, yet again, I've overdone it with 45% accuracy. Really good, probably never going to fizzle. My critical is 543, which is not that much, but for a level 100, that rounds up to 71% critical. And let's test my theory. If I were to unequip my pet, the critical would be 60%. So actually, I gain 11% using Captain Snuggles. So that's really good. And then my block, yet again, it doesn't look that good. For butter level 100, it comes up at 25%, which, keep in mind, I'm not even going for block. So in my opinion, to still have 25%, that's pretty decent. Of course, that's going to go down a lot as I level up. But I mean, with the damage and resist, accuracy, critical I have, I would say it's kind of impressive that I still can maintain 25% block. So I'm very happy about that. And then 25% pierce, because like all my circle sockets are filled in with pierce jewels. I would say pretty good pierce for my level for my myth wizard. Also 4% stun resist jewel off my amulet. I wish I had a 5%, but I'm still content with the 4%, because I mean, you know, it's not much of a difference. And also, when are you really ever going to stun resist either way? I mean, I don't think 1% is going to save you from being stunned in a PvP or anything. And then 32 incoming, 0 outgoing. For the people who are the Alpha and Omega Ring and the Dirk of Dimwood Bale are always going to have 32 incoming. And just depends on, you know, everything else. But I have 32, 0% outgoing. So that's pretty good also. And then I don't have any pimp conversion because I'm only level 100. 5% shadow pip bonus, pretty much like all the other level 100s. That's average. And then 103 power pip. Yet again, if I were to be socketing in any power pip jewels on my things, like my deck, instead of the accuracy, would be me overdoing it. But the one thing about accuracy is that you can never overdo accuracy. So, but you can overdo power pip. So, as you can see, I did not go way over my power pip thing, and I just went for much more accuracy. But yeah, guys, in the comment section below, tell me if my stats are good. I've worked super hard on farming for all this gear, and I would love it and really appreciate if you tell me what you think about my stats in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, then how about you go and hit that like button, and while you're on it, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when I come out with new content on my channel. But that's going to be it for the video. Might want to be in here for my next video where I'm going to be comparing all the gear if you want to check out what I have to say about everything. And yeah, hope that you've enjoyed. Elf Gaming is now out. Peace, guys, and have an amazing rest of your day.